All right, Coach. Normally the Texas heat and humidity mean the roof stays closed, but not today as the sun is out here at NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Come on, set 70, Indy. Let's go, D. Let's go. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Charlie. Let's go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bowen. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Here we go.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. There he goes right side. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Only two there on the dump off. It's 3rd down.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is brought in at the 21. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run on 1st down. Coffee, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. And he's going to go down again. Josh Allen drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Ready? 60 yards. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Fire.
On first down, Bryant. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. 57 to Mike. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. Watson on first down. He's got Fuller. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 31-yard line.
Ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half. And
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws, I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And now he'll tuck it and run. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Josh Allen on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Jaguars nothing.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come on, let's go. Hey, 59. 61. Match box. Right.
Now it's Watson. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down.
We ain't giving him nothing to do.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Big stop. Hey, 59. Let's go. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds his man Johnson. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Mike 57. You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
On 1st down, it's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Hey, box drop. Set the tone, defense. Stand. Defense, let's go. He's crashed. Get it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Oh, that's me. That's me.
So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Let's go, defense.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson, and it's complete. Hooper. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Kill.
Here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Set. 19. 57 to Mike.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
On 2nd down, Coffee.
I got you, boy.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
It's complete to Fuller. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
57 to Mike. Let's go.
On 1st down, Watson. And a catch made by Hopkins. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Watson now 7 of 10 here in this 1st half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
57's Mike.
No gain on this defense.
Out of the gun, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Check 99.
Running from the gun, Johnson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Watson, flush to his right. He may try and run for this. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. You got nothing today.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Back to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
At the 48-yard line.
Reception. 19. Think you gonna get this? 154. You think you gonna get 154? You think you gonna
After the interception, here's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Jags grab it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 36 yards on the play. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and 2. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Lambeau will put this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Texans take over.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Hey, We got to snap it. We got to snap it. Let's go.
Now Watson from the gun. He'll throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Watson operating from the gun. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Check, 54. Lucky. Check 49.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And the Texans, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Get a set. 19. 54. Man, I got you. 57.
From the 50, it's Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Watson now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 16.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. Now, that play is able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Check 43.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
From the 27, Watson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Josh Lambo lining up for the
Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
A nice start to the drive, picking up 12 yards there and a very quick first down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Coffee.
I got you, boy.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play in this passing game.
Mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll run on first down. It's Bryant. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Back now in Houston. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. They'll set up to throw. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Come on, set, 8-3, hard, wrap.
2nd and 13. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Push him back.
2nd and 11. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 29. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
On first down, Coffee. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. They'll run on first down. Coffee still churning, refusing to go down. Past the 20. A big-time play there for the Texans. 44 yards on the ground.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone...
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Hey, Zoo! Hey, get it!
He'll drop to throw. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Hey, check. Hey, check, Mike.
Hey, lock it!
57. All day. All day. Pick the edge.
Go!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
We're set. 18.
57's the mic.
Stay with your man.
Switch.
On first down, Coffee. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Buying time to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On 2nd down now, Coffee. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time. So
that is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown.
There he is. Touchdown, baby. Keep it rolling.
DeAndre Hopkins. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Jaguars 16.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Watch 57. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 57's Mike.
Look at me. Door. Five.
2nd and 10. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. He'll have a first down past the 40. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles. But we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. Now a desperation throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 3-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now, a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And Watson's going to throw it here. And finding the tight end Hooper. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
No. Off.
59.
From the gun, here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
And no timeout.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Texans, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been...
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish now. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my win. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.